Hello everyone. We are Team Yield Hacker. My name is Sunny Kumar, and I am the team leader of this team. And in this project, I have worked on entire project design and backend development. And uh, if I talk about myself, so my name is Sunny Kumar, and I'm basically from UP and currently staying in Bangalore, and currently working as a backend developer along with this IITM BS degree, and currently in BSc level. So now over to Rajnish.
Hi, my name is Rajesh Kumar. I'm third year student at IITM BS degree. I'm doing this degree as stand alone, and with this degree, I'm doing internship at DCQ as data science engineer intern. In this project, I'm doing the role of backend and data science. Uh, Over to Sujay.
Hello, my name is Sujay D. I am from Bangalore and I am doing IITM BS degree as a primary one and standalone. In this project, I have worked on Next.js for the front end. This gave me a wonderful chance to learn new framework Next.js. Thank you.
So after reading the problem statement, it was really interesting problem statement where if you saw in industry, so almost all the companies are having the same data, right? Like document data they are in PDF format, and again some data are stored in SQL, right? So here in our problem statement, we are typing up a query up in the English language, and again it is query the from the SQL database and reading from the PDF. It is responding in English relevant language. So this was a really interesting project. Now over to Rajnish. Yeah.
Okay, so when we go to any company, what we see is they have database, they have several documents, PDF documents, and several other type of documents. Let's suppose I have to find something, so I'll have to go through the database, or I'll have to go through whole document. I don't know which document has that thing, so it will take a lot of time for me to get the actual answer. But what we are solving the problem is we give a simple query, and on the fingertips we have the answer. It will query from DB as well as from PDF. So we have an agent that picks the path where to go, either document or SQL or maybe hybrid from both of them.
Yeah. So for the backend, we choose the fast API. So basically, we choose fast API because fast API is very like faster than Flask, and again, it is very similar to Flask. So we are comfortable in Flask and fast API both. So we choose fast because of this fasting nature, and again, it is very best for the LLM and other data science things. And in front end, we choose for the Next.js because nowadays Next.js is really doing very good, and again, it is very easy to learn also. So this was the reason to choosing this technology. And if you go inside the backend folder, so you can see we have one root folder which is app, and inside app we have written all the codes like API core, LLM, and all the things. Again, you can see here main.py. Go in main.py. So in main.py, this is the main entry point of the fast API where we have implemented the main like how application will run and what will happen on a startup exactly things are there. And the main if you go in the services, so here we have implemented the logic part, business logic. So if you open the document.py, just open the document.py. Here you can see all the business logic are implemented for the document, uploading, updating, and all the things. And now you can see NL to SQL and agent orchestra. So we have implemented for the uh, business logic and business logic for the query converting NL to SQL query. And yes, so now I'm
Okay, so
Rajnish to explain the agent orchestra. Yes, Rajnish.
okay, so when we go to the problem statement that we have several things like we have DB as well as we have PDF to query. So this agent orchestra, what it does is it there I have used intent classifier to classify uh, the query between document or SQL or hybrid. So document, if it is a document, it will just query the document, and we have used we have vectorized all the documents. So from UI we upload PDF and we convert it to vector, and then we store it in FastDB. So FastDB is a DB to store vector and then do similarity search.
Yeah. So here again, when we are uploading the document, that time we are calling to convert vectorized that data document. So and we are not using any external database to store our vectorized data. We are storing in the DB folder here again. So
All the different files have this folder which contains index.path and index.features.
yeah. Yeah, so I think now we can move on the LLM part. So open the LLM. So in LLM, this is a basically embedding main, just embedding core language, core part are there here. And in prompt.py, we have just defined how the query will answer, and we have defined our the restriction of the query, like when to not answer and all the things. So
Basically, we have did prompt engineering,
yeah,
and this is for the PDF part, creating embeddings and all.
and for the
So
query part, we are using orchestra. right, Rajnish? Yeah.
Yeah. So we have this NL to SQL, which basically converts natural language query into SQL query, and then again we use that SQL query to query the DB, and then we again use LLM API to get it back to the natural language. We have user query, and then we have data from the database. So based on these two, it is going to answer.
So here in API folder, open the API folder. We have implemented a WebSocket which comes in the fast API only. So using the WebSocket, we are streaming our response to the front end Next.js. So
So
yes,
we are using WebSocket to stream live stream from directly from LLM model to
hmm,
UI. So there
yeah,
is no uh,
waiting
input.
time or such. Yeah.
There is no waiting time. Then again, coming back to agent orchestra, here we have defined the role permissions. Like for admin can access all the things like PDF, and it can get finance access.
Like whatever
Uh,
access are there now,
it has
admin can
global
access all
access,
these things.
planning access, everything. User just have document access, basic database access, and region access, which is global for now. But we can change it to something else. For finance and planning, similarly, we have given access to given proper access to finance and planning roles. And then after intent classifier classifies, we have this agent orchestra, which uh, which basically calls the different methods to get our answer either from the document or from this NL to SQL, and then it streams to the
Basically, the intent classifier is classifying our query, whether this query is for document or SQL DB. Or
intent classifier. Then
again,
again,
we can merge it for the hybrid answer, right?
yeah. Then we have at the each step we are yielding this message.
Hmm.
So in the UI, at the real time we get what's happening in the backend. So we don't have to just see a blank page. When we write a query, we see that if
That
something error.
our model is thinking and working, generating the query, all these things. So this,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when it is in classification part, so it will say like classification, and then it will tell the query type if it is a DB query or
Like how
document
we
query.
see in now we can see in Gemini also. So same thing we are trying to implement here.
Yeah. So it will give a real time message on the UI what's happening in the backend. Like
And again, in this project, we have not used any like we have used for the Gemini 2.5 to uh, query our model and all these things.
and then coming back to converting the Excel sheet to SQL DB. So we have this init DB database method that creates a database from that Excel
That is
sheet.
see. So whenever we are initializing our database, that at the same time it is reading from the data from the Excel sheet and inserting in the SQL database.
Yeah.
So now we can move in the front end part. So just open the front end folder. You can close the backend. No, no.
Okay. Sorry. Hmm.
So in front end, we can see our source code inside the SRC folder, and here we have implemented. Just open the auth. Okay, you have okay. So we tried to implement in auth login, but we by mistakenly it comes here. Okay, so this is for the login part. Whenever we try to go on a landing page, it will directly redirect to login page, and based on the access, user can log in or sign up. After the login, it will redirect to dashboard, and from there we can go on chat, and again we'll start chatting. So
Okay.
open the
So
chat and
if the role of the user is admin, then it will go to the dashboard. Otherwise, it will go to the
chat.
directly to the chat. Okay, now it's time to go and show the uh,
Demo.
UI demo. Okay, so I will first log in as admin. Okay, so we see this simple UI where we have this upload document button. If I click on this button,
So while it is running on the locals, it will take little time because this is the nature of Next.js. So,
yeah. So I have like different processes running in my system, so it will take some time. So these are all the documents that I have uploaded. There is option to delete a document or process it again. Like it will create vector. It will process the document and create a vector again. I can choose any file and then upload it here.
and you can see the toast in the right below where uploading file. So while uploading, it will try the folder and it will save there.
This
Now
is the
go.
file that I uploaded here. If I want, I can delete this file as well, and this will get deleted from the document. Now we have 30 documents. Now
We
if I
can
go
go
back to
chat.
chat, okay, which topic can you successfully? So on the chat we have this login logout option, logout option, and here we can ask any question.
Yeah, just start with hi na first, then
Okay. So see here we see this started to process your query. That means it started to process the query, and it will go to the classifier. And
intent
we,
classifier, and then it will go to orchestra. So even it is a high query, it will go with all the part and it will generate the query.
okay, so we have this feature of document source. So it will try to find
The sources
relevant
of
documents. So it found 5 documents that has high, and it's answered based on that
yeah.
question. So it is not answering by itself, but it is answering from that document only. Those are there in the, our file system.
Yes.
So if I come back here to, we have the sample questions here in this archive. Okay, so let's go with this. What is total sale order of the company? Okay, so it told that the total sum amount of all the orders is 33
Okay,
something.
basically, some due to some reason, I think we have missed the dollar and rupee sign here, right? And
Yeah.
again, it is also giving the source of the data, like it is coming from query, and
So it is from database query. If you see here, this is unclear because
yeah,
the classifier was not clear what to query.
like
So
what kind of query it is?
this is database only. That means only database. So it generated this query that NL to SQL, natural language to SQL generated this select query. Now let's go and ask. Okay, let's ask this hybrid question. Question number 20. So it's taking a little longer time.
Basically, it is searching with the, I mean, it is classifying the query, like what kind of query it is. So here you can see it is asking for the relevant document, and again, it has generated the query. Uh,
So this
yes,
was the SQL query that was generated, and
and
these are 3 documents that
relevant to this query.
relevant to this query.
Yeah, so here you can see we have used the markdown to clear the visibility, like policy is there, data is there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I think that's it on the project. So thank you.